Yaki Elohim. Elohim just means Anunnaki. It's these group of beings. When God's in the Bible says God said, let man, let us, plural. It says, and God said, and Elohim said. Elohim is God. And so when you look at the word Elohim, it means God with an S, gods, plural. So many gods created man. It said, is God, and God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness. So it shows you that mankind is a template, and we look like our creator. That's the first thing they said, right? And then once you see that, then it says what they gonna do. I'm gonna give them the dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, woody wop and this and that. But notice the instruction came. He created Adam and Eve. He put Adam and Eve, Elohim did. So Elohim, these gods created man, this biological man. They put this man in a garden, right? So they put man in a garden, and then it says his whole purpose was to dress and keep the garden. So his whole purpose was for servitude in the first place. He was supposed to dress and keep this little simulation that the creator Elohim put him in. Then it said that he got smart and he disobeyed Elohim, right? And when he got smart and disobeyed Elohim, he left one service place where it didn't seem like he was working, but to dress and keep the garden is still servitude. You know, he had to guard the garden. What was he guarding the garden for? And he had to dress it, meaning he had to build it up and make it fashionable for him and his family. But after Adam and Kawar, who they call Adam and Eve.
Your brain is always looking for evidence to confirm what you have told it. So if the story in your mind is things are always shit and never working out for me, your brain is going to cherry pick everything in your life that reinforces that. This is why when people start to say things like, show me how it gets better, I know it can get better than this. It starts to, because your brain is going to start looking for evidence for that to be true. It's a confirmation bias, and it doesn't have to be rooted in negativity. Your brain will start to cherry pick the things that are good and that show that life has the capacity to be better. Your mind is just doing its job. It's looking for proof to reinforce the reality that you have created for yourself up there. So be intentional about the reality you're creating.
The plays of William Shakespeare were actually written by a black Jewish woman called Amelia Bassano Lanier. This is a very revolutionary theory, but it's beginning to make sense. She was, after all, England's first published woman poet. She wrote a book in 1611 called Salve Deus, and she was also mistress to the man in charge of the English theatre. What's more, we've found her signatures on 7 of the plays. This is real.
If Satan ruled the world and he had a unified language, what language would everyone speak? That's right, English. Did you know that English is a Germanically derived, occult-influenced language? Why do you think our language is called spelling? Other languages do not derive their vocabulary words from witchcraft terms. The words in the English language were crafted by known occultists, like Sir Francis Bacon, whom you may not have heard of, but you probably heard of his secret writing group called the Spear Shakers, or should I say Shakespeare? Yeah, William Shakespeare was not a real person. And we know that because the writing styles in his different stories are drastically different. William Shakespeare is responsible for introducing 1,700 words into our vocabulary. William Shakespeare was not a real person. He was a group of individuals ran by Sir Francis Bacon, a known occultist, who had an agenda. He had an agenda to normalize witchcraft into our everyday speech. Speaking of normalizing things, what do you think Hollywood is? Hollywood is the wood that witches and wizards use to craft their wands and staves out of. It's a derivative of Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood. It's an extension of witchcraft. And to this day, it continues to craft our language even further.
The Hollywood viewing point is marked with a blood drop. And people still think it's a
5 zodiac signs blessed by God. One thing is for sure, we are all protected. But there are 5 signs that develop the gift of faith. More so, they are blessed by the universe. But before we reveal them, save this video before it disappears, and leave your astrological sign in the comments. Virgo. The first place goes to Virgo, who takes the top spot because it represents the supreme connection between the earthly and the spiritual. Perhaps this is one of the main reasons why the sign represented by a virgin is considered one of the most blessed by God. Taurus. The sign of the bull is a good spiritual warrior, so their humility and learning from everyday life makes them very empathetic to their surroundings, which is why they are considered people who always help others. Pisces. The hand of God is constantly upon them, so Pisces is supported by the blessed spirituality of the Creator. Pisces is an evolved being with a general mindset that distinguishes them as kind and compassionate individuals. Leo, the sign of the lion, is the house of the sun, so it is known to be a sacred temple of the inner God, and that's why Leos dedicate themselves completely to a cause. They are like lions, brave and steadfast, always blessed by the sun, the king of stars, Aquarius. This water sign is one of the most blessed by the Creator due to its great power to help not only people, but also animals. This sign proves that it is worthy of being saved or redeemed because it believes that every mistake has a lesson beyond its own benefit.
That is the voice that these people must listen to, because in everything you're going to do, there's a wrong way and a right way. And if you listen good, you will know the right way. You know? Because there's a voice inside talking to everyone.
What did you see in space? Buddy, brother, friend, comrade. The world is not quite what movies have made it seem. People think you launch a rocket up into the atmosphere and just fly out into the abyss of infinite space. But this couldn't be farther from the reality. Once we go beyond a certain altitude and kind of reach the cusp of our atmosphere, we reach the same barrier time and time again. An impenetrably dense, translucent layer of concrete solid water, of which behind it appears to be a mysteriously dark body of infinite waters that we misinterpret as outer space. It would be through this abyss of water that we could assume the potential to travel to other existing worlds. But without a way through this firmament, we are restricted to fairly limited speculation. It appears as though whatever kind of a god or what have you that created this place did not intend for us to get through that barrier. In the meantime, however, CGI has made for a hell of an illusion of what lies beyond.
If your pineal gland is not calcified, all the things you think of, telekinesis, transportation, anything you can think of, you can do. And that's why the elite have to make sure that all these foods are basically damaging our pineal gland. They don't want supermen. They don't want people with super ability. They want to keep us dumb. And you know, I gotta tell you something. You really think these people would be in positions of power if we had our pineal glands working at 100%? They couldn't control us. They literally couldn't control us.
Learn today. Listen to the woman who wrote The Matrix and The Terminator.
Well, that's what The Matrix is about, to wake you up from the Matrix, to get you out of the illusions and the lies and the ignorance. So it's not dangerous for me because that's my job. That's what I came here to do. That's why I wrote The Matrix and Terminator, to wake people up so they can move on to greater, better things. Yeah, but The Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of The Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connor's Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in The Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. So see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology.
Y'all remember when we was talking about this second moon that was supposed to enter our orbit? Somebody tagged me in a video game, and here is the second moon. That little asteroid that came out of that asteroid belt, and now we're gonna have 2 moons for about 2 months? Isn't that fucking crazy? Like, times really don't get no stranger than this, bro. Cause never in recorded history have our ancestors had 2 moons. Like, since when did the earth start renting moons? That's crazy. But the craziest part is, what happened to everybody that's been seeing 2 moons and 2 suns and shit? Let's start there. The only way that you would, like, really be able to explain this is strange. And I know it's gonna be some goofball in the comments that's saying, bro, you're doing too much. You explain to me, how in the fuck do we have 2 moons? But now this moon here, gang. Now let's see what effects that it have on Earth. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about the Earth having 2 moons in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. But if you want to learn how to get 2 incomes and get paid off of doing videos like this, comment down below ATM and I'm gonna send you the method. Finna teach y'all how to get galactical bucks.
We're just speeding up here. And only 20 now, halfway through. And this covers the front. You cannot just estimate the back. It will probably hit the front as well, the face. 38, 39, 40. With his stripe, we are healed. With his stripe, we are healed.
Michael Jackson.
We live.
King of rap, the king of pop. Holla.
Turned out crazy. Big event 20,000.
It's the Rock, you bastards.
As always, you heard? Holla.
Grandma's home remedy to cure headaches.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, Lord.
Look at it. Look at it.
Oh, Lord.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
What to tell you?
Look at it. Look at it. That's why my child hurt me, man. That's why my child hurt me. That's why my son hurt me.
Damn. I never see this.
Really?
It's good, but it's stuff. I gotta move the glass on other people. But Bubba got it just in one spot. I don't understand that.
This video is going massive right now, and what it shows is actually really weird. Montez Ford is a wrestler for the WWE. During this match, he appears to completely freeze up in front of his cameraman. The video was caught from multiple angles, and I'm gonna show you guys both.
Side memorabilia, exclusive items, and so much more, all at the Rec Room in downtown Toronto. Open through Sunday.
Everybody around him is trying to snap him out of it at this point, but he doesn't budge. People are saying that this is proof that he's some sort of robot or a clone or synthetic human. I myself have made multiple videos on events like this, including the time everybody saw Shaq completely freeze up on live TV. Although I love conspiracy theories, I don't know if this is something that is legitimately happening or if it's just celebrities keen on the fact that they'll go massively viral if they play this prank. What do you guys think?
Never let them see your hand, man. Keep your cards close, because if you show too much, you'll regret it. People who know your moves are the ones who'll pin you down. Trust me on that. When you gotta deal with multiple fools coming at you, put all your energy into taking out just one. Make an example out of him. The rest, they'll be too scared to step up after that. And watch who you befriend. A dude with too much free time? Yeah, he's either doing something dirty or living off his family's money. Neither one is a good look. As for a woman who's always on her grind, don't come at her lightly. She's either stacking her value or hiding some serious scars. Know who you're dealing with before you make your move. See, human nature's flawed like that. They'll envy you when you're winning and clown you when you're down, despise you for being broke, and fear you when you're stacking paper. So don't ever tell anyone what's in your bank account. Keep that shit locked down. Learn to move in silence like a ghost. Don't flex your smarts either. Keep it all under wraps.
This is what they don't tell you. Stonehenge isn't just an ancient monument, it's a complex device built by an advanced civilization. But that's not even the craziest part. In ancient texts, there are cryptic references to Stonehenge's true purpose, saying, "The stones harness the power of the cosmos." Stonehenge was constructed over 4,000 years ago, so what kind of power does it harness? This is where things get scary. In recently uncovered ancient manuscripts, it's said that Stonehenge wasn't merely a ceremonial site, but an energy device created by an advanced civilization known as the Anunnaki. The manuscripts specifically mention that the Anunnaki, who had advanced knowledge of astronomy and energy manipulation, constructed Stonehenge to channel and amplify cosmic energies. However, once the Anunnaki left, their knowledge was hidden, and the true purpose of Stonehenge was concealed to keep this powerful technology from being misused. This explains why Stonehenge's construction techniques and purposes remain a mystery, and why it continues to baffle scientists and historians to this day.
See if you find that video, because that video is one of my favorites.
This is a very strong magnet. When we pour liquid nitrogen on it, nothing happens between the two magnetic poles. When we pour liquid oxygen on it, there is an attraction between the two magnetic poles. This proves there is electromagnetic energy within oxygen. This is why the word breath means spirit, because when we breathe deeply and do breath meditation, we strengthen our electromagnetic field, which is your spirit, your spiral. Breathing exercises sends oxygen, which is energy, to the brain and stimulates the pineal gland. You can quite literally trip off your breath because your lungs produce DMT, and when you breathe deeply, you can activate a mystical experience or an out-of-body experience during meditation. So when you breathe deeply for long periods of time, you will feel yourself going lightheaded because you're activating your consciousness, you're awakening your pineal gland and your spirit. Whatever you do, stop breathing through your mouth.
Freemasonry in Europe, the groups were called circles, and you had your circle of friends. There were 5 circles of friends, America being one of them. Italy, France, Germany, England, and America. The 5 circles of friends. They were called in the European Freemasonry the Olympiads, so that today the Olympiad organization symbol is 5 circles, the 5 Masonic circles of friends. Other symbols in Freemasonry, the torch, of course the Olympic torch is the torch of Prometheus, the god who stole fire for the service of man. And as we said in New York, in front of Rockefeller Plaza, you'll see the statue of Prometheus. In his hand is a flame, the torch, the fire of revolution. On the Mercury head dime, in the back of the dime, you'll find the torch of illumination. It's still there today. The Statue of Liberty has the torch. In all universities and colleges, we find in their symbols and emblems of universities have torches standing for illumination of the Illuminati. As a matter of fact, when you are a graduate from a university, you become an alumni, which is taken from, obviously, Illumini, Illuminati. You become an Illuminati. You become illuminated.
Put these on.
What?
Identity confirmed. Mateo Torres, you are under arrest.
Why? I didn't do nothing.
Failure to comply will result in the use of non-lethal force.
Oh man, I didn't do nothing. I'm just going to work. Why don't you just tell me what you think I did and I'll tell you.
Failure to comply will result in the use of non-lethal force. Final warning.
Evie, can you call Jorge and ask him to cover my shift today?
Okay, contacting him now.
Never go to sleep without a request to your subconscious. Your subconscious mind is directing your entire life. It is the programs that are running in your brain that influence what you see out here. And so the reason why saying them at night is so important, because in these sleepy states, especially right before you go to bed, that's when you have access to your subconscious mind. So my favorite affirmations are, number 3, show me how good it can get. Show me how good it can get. So when you wake up, your brain is now looking for evidence that affirms that thought, showing you how good life really is. Number 2, everything is always working out for me. This is my favorite. Everything is always working out for me. What a beneficial belief to have for yourself in your own life. And number 1, thank you for showing me that this issue has been resolved. A little bit of gratitude in there, so that gives you a sense of being grateful that it's already been done, but also whatever problem that you're struggling with, trusting that the solution has come and has